Welcome to another episode of The Switch, episode 6, I do believe, and we've brought you the best basketball podcast in this country for like the last 5 episodes, and we are not about to stop. My name is Tune Young. What's say about me?
For sure.
If I you from the third
splash, bro. You can see my boy Steph going crazy at the Olympics.
Crazy. He means stinking up the joint. Stinking up the joint.
It's like everybody's this is LeBron's team. This is KD's team. KD that's coming off the bench. Nobody has mentioned Steph in any of
Baba is a manual laborer.
Let's move on, please. Let's move on.
You brought this up. We're not even going to talk about it, but you slander there on you just go use your hand, carry the slander. Welcome to this. Everybody, come on now.
Clap it up. We've never been cancelled.
Breath in our lungs, everybody looking good. Smelling good as well. I can authenticate that. But let's talk about the Olympics. And focus today is on the amazing, the wonderful, the resilient, the overperforming DTigress of Nigeria. Constantly, the NBBF, that's Nigeria Basketball Federation, I beg your pardon. Constantly, they give our teams, they put a lot of effort, they put a lot of strife into giving our national teams absolutely nothing. And year in, year out, both the DTigress and the DTigers take that nothing, put it together, and bring something out of it. And they've done it again. Shout out to Coach Rena Wakama, leading the team to become the first African team.
She's so fine.
First Africa. Come on, let us focus on that achievement before you even sexualize.
Male or
Nobody is
female?
Sexualizing anybody. I'm just saying beauty is
Male
to be
or
admired.
female? First
When we're
African
talking
team.
Steph, did you say Steph was fine?
His game is horrible.
Wow. Anyway, like Ufai said, the first African team, male or female, to make it to the quarterfinals of the Olympics. Nigeria's first Olympic women's basketball win when we beat Australia. First win in 20 years. And although unfortunately ran into the United States in the quarterfinals, there's really nothing you can do about that when you have generational bad luck like that. But we still have to give it up, clap it up for the women. Come on.
Woo!
First game 75-62 against Australia. Heavy defeat, 21-point loss against France in the second game, which was a glitch in the matrix. Came back to beat the whipping girls of the group, Canada, 79-70. Which was surprising because lots of people actually thought that on paper, the Canadians were one of the stronger teams in this group, but they lost to all 3 teams, that's the France, Australia, and the DTigress. Even though Nigeria won 2 out of 3, we finished 3rd in that group. That's why we were unfortunate to get the United States. But I know Tosin's thoughts on the DTigress and women generally, so I'm not going to start.
Okay.
And I trust him to be objective because LeBron is not involved. It's when he's discussing LeBron, objectivity flies out of the window, and it is just a cacophony of agenda.
You know what? I'm not. Let's start with Ifan. If I just break it down for us.
DTigress, what has impressed you?
I think I've been very impressed because I was one of those who had very little faith in our chances because, like you said, Canada, I didn't see them, getting past Canada. But I've been very impressed. The coach has been excellent. Their shooting has impressed me as well. I mean, they shot 47% from 3. Ezine Kalo has been a standout. Elizabeth Balogun has been another one so it's been very impressive. And it bodes well for the future of women's basketball in Nigeria because I think a lot of resources, like you said, I don't even want to get into that. A lot of resources. These are people who got nothing. I don't know what they really got in terms of support going into the Olympics. They won the AfroBasket, like you said, to really make people sit up. Like, okay, you know what? Let's take this girl seriously, and they've done us proud because no other African country, male or female, has gotten to where they did. So I was very impressed. I liked their play. They were very aggressive, strong, and like I said, their shooting impressed me because for some reason, I've been conditioned to feel like. I don't want to go this route, but to feel like shooting is the exclusive domain of the European nations and the
Those
white
literally
and the white
players as jungle basketball.
I don't want to.
No.
Sound like,
And if we ever get cancelled, those will be the reason.
honestly,
Nobody's getting
100%.
cancelled for anything.
we are on episode
So to
6.
see-
If we don't make it to episode 10, those is the
Their shooting really impressed me. I think that's what I was most impressed by. Their shooting from 3 actually really impressed me.
Yeah.
To shoot,
They shot 44% from 3 against Australia. That's some pretty good shooting. But in terms of their dedication as well, they've been willing to grind it out a bit. Although we seem to have a natural disadvantage in terms of size.
yes.
But there's really nothing you can do in that regard. But let's ask the basketball savants, donning the Nigeria colors. What impression did DTigress leave on you and Coach Rena Wakama specifically?
Rena Wakama, from a tactical point of view, her approach to this tournament has been amazing. And when you look at the players, I'm actually very, very excited for the future of Nigeria basketball. That's just the simple truth, because me and you were at a hotel when Nigeria hosted the pre-Olympic qualifiers, and the shambolity that was.
I don't think that's the word.
and obviously but you look at the journey for the DTigress, starting off obviously organizing the camp, appointing Rena Wakama as coach, organizing a camp whereby some star players were like, okay, are we supposed to come to camp and compete for our sport? Then obviously they leave out some key names. They go to the Afro Basket, they deliver in style. Emi Okonkwo, MVP of the tournament.
Yeah.
They pick up a ticket to the World Cup, and politics in Nigeria decided, you know what, you are not going to go to the World Cup. You are going to stay at home. Despite the hard work these girls have put in to qualify for the World Cup, and Senegal just gets a free ticket like that. But these girls, they obviously did not lay their heads down. They went to the qualifying tournament, Olympic qualifying tournament, and they beat Senegal to get that loan ticket for Africa. And even though they lost to the USA by 50 plus in that qualification, it was a very, very good experience, foreshadowing their meet-up with the USA at this Olympics.
Yeah.
And looking forward, if you look at the team, the construction of this team, what Rena Wakama has been able to do, if you look at something like, you look at Ezine Kalu, you look at Promise Amukamara, those are like the only 2 veterans on this team that are 31 and 32, who are still very relatively in their prime.
Yeah.
The likes of Musa, the likes of Adeyeye, 23, 24, Emi Okonkwo, who is even the captain, 27. These are very, very young ladies, and it is a blessing for Nigerian basketball that despite, regardless of the ambition of political powers to stifle and choke them, that they still have the commitment to this country. They still have the commitment to basketball development in this country. And they've done themselves proud, and they've done millions of Nigerians proud at this Olympics.
Yeah, absolutely. We have to first clap it up for the ladies' commitment. Because the incident you referenced, the qualifying for the World Cup and then being denied by the government. Like, I don't understand. Bro, I remember when that happened, and there was a lot of obviously discontented players, lots of furor, players that you thought would never play for Nigeria. Ezine Kalu, I had the opportunity to speak with her, although we're trying to because she had a lot to say, and we're trying to get an interview worked out with Paul Sports, but we never could get the scheduling right. But she still said a lot off the books in terms of it was my feeling that she would never play for Nigeria again, and it would have been justified, because if we qualify for a World Cup and our government then bans us from playing in that World Cup for no real reason. But I don't know whether it is the coach Rena Wakama that managed to re-inspire her and others that felt that way.
Obviously.
Or maybe their love for Nigeria just prevailed. Maybe they heard Mikel Obi's comments about Nigeria not being second choice. Whatever it is, we are grateful for it, and we are happy for the historic achievement they were able to.
And certainly to that Mikel story that you are talking about, the obviously in relation to the football has always been the length and breadth of Nigeria sporting activities as a tool for embezzlement and corruption. That's the simple truth. Whereby we've decided to have a lackluster attitude towards other sports in Nigeria. And basketball is, if you look at it, is one of the fastest growing sports in the world. One of the fastest growing sports in the world. And these women have actually shown that with little investment,
this is what they can achieve.
This is what they can achieve. Right. But we know that the administrators and the powers that be will not back them in it. But it is what it is.
Whether the powers that be back them, we will back them. They always have the support of the fans.
Absolutely.
And, we also thank you for backing us. The Switch episode 6 comes to an end. Once again, absolute shout out to the DTigress Titans that made us proud at the Paris 2024 Olympics. Until next week.
See you
Bye-bye.
guys.